What's up, everybody? It's J&J with Justin and Jordan. Man, Justin, what a week of basketball. Fire hoops, winding down. We got less than 10 games. We got I think we even got some teams that got 5 games left, 5 games left. About to be some playoff ball. This is looking to shape out to be some of the best playoff basketball we're ever going to see, to be honest with you. It's tightly knit in the West. 3 to 8 is just cramped right now. 9 and 10. Well, let's be real. 9 to 11. Sorry, it's still kind of cramped. We don't know what's gonna happen. Suns are on fire in a bad way. They're terrible right now. The Kings finally got a win. Mavs are kind of doing their thing, so it's a little bit interesting down there, but kind of like in a comedic way. And then in that 3 to 8 range is just hell right now, bro. Just straight up hell. So before we even say what we got going on, just had a quick funny quote, bro. Just a funny ass quote that I saw. Funny ass quote. If a nigga got 0 in his pockets, his opinions mean 0. It's just true facts.
That sounds like a Kanye quote.
I don't know where it came from. I saw it on Twitter. And when I showed D that, I was like, damn, bro. We should start doing like our own 4PF movement because I ain't trying to be no PF. That's how I'm feeling right now. But what we got going on today, Justin?
So today we got John Morant fined $75K for the finger gun gesture. He just can't help himself, yo. They told him on Tuesday he did it, and they warned him, and then he did it again on Thursday against the Heat. Not a topic, but I just wanted to say it on the show. Cavs win 60 games for the first time since 2010. So shout out to them.
First time without Bron.
Yeah,
congrats.
First time without Bron.
That's a big achievement. No funny.
Yeah, it is. T-Mac, his comments about 1v1, specifically with LeBron and all that. Anthony Davis return. Cade Cunningham saying that he could be the best player in the league. Carmelo Anthony making it to the Hall of Fame. Shout out to him. Dwight Howard making it to the Hall of Fame. Shout out to him. Pistons and Timberwolves fight. And Draymond preaching for that DPOY award.
Man, there's a lot of stuff. I really don't even know where to start. But you know what? I'm trying to think, what is it that... Do I want to start on the negative side? What's bothering me the most? Or do I want to start with the appreciation? And you know what? I'm going to start with the appreciation.
I was going to say the same shit.
I'm going to start with the nostalgia. Man, I mean, we already gave Dwight the props last week, right? About how he's one of the most disrespected legends ever. I'm really happy for him. Melo, to me, one of the top 5 most disrespected legends as well. So super happy for him. These guys deserve it. I feel like for whatever reason, I don't want to say this generation, but I feel like just social media in general, because even like the older heads, just because they didn't win as the first option, Dwight did win, just because they didn't win as the first option, people want to say, oh, Melo's selfish. Oh, Dwight's soft. You know, Kobe didn't like Dwight, so that's why we don't like Dwight. Oh, Melo didn't play defense. Melo didn't pass. All them points for nothing, whatever. Melo wasn't efficient. It just takes away from the appreciation of what these guys really fucking did. And Melo got a special place in my heart when it comes to ball. One of my first favorite basketball players. One of the main reasons why I even love the game. I mean, shout out to NBA Live 05, bro. Still one of my favorite basketball games of all time. I mean,
the disc in there.
Yeah, fire fucking game, bro. I mean, him, Wade, Nash, Kidd, Dirk. Those are the first 5 guys. Those guys are the reasons why I fell in love with ball. It wasn't Shaq. It wasn't Kobe. It wasn't even Bron. Obviously, we was too young for Michael. We just missed him. But it was those 5 core guys. You know, when Melo came to New York, I was happy as hell because I was already a Melo fan with him in Denver. So for him to come here, I was super happy. We didn't get that championship. We didn't even really get too much of that playoff success, but I was still happy for his time here. I was still grateful. He gave us a good, 7-8 years, I believe. It was still a good time. We had a decent playoff run in 2013, and look, close to that 30K club. Should have had it. Rockets fucked him over. Rockets blackballed him. All this efficiency bullshit that they try to put him through. So at least no one can deny that he's a Hall of Famer. He's an Olympic gold medalist, the best Olympic basketball player of all time. one of the best scorers of all time. And to move on to Dwight, I mean, Dwight is incredible. One of the only guys to beat LeBron in the playoffs before the finals. Truly, it's just him, Jokic, and the big three Celtics.
Yeah.
Only people to beat Bron before the finals. That's an accomplishment.
Yeah.
One of them is a super team. One of them is shaping out to, by the time he retires, be a top 10 player of all time. Right now, he's like top 17, top 15, whoever you want to ask. And then it's Dwight. And, Dwight didn't have no super team behind him. And that just shows how incredible he is. So, of course, he deserved it. One of the best defenders ever, one of the best rebounders ever. Just an incredible dude as well. Cool personality. Receives his hate for no reason at all, to be honest with you. It's weird. It's Shaq's fault. Let's just be real. It is Shaq's fault. And, of course, rest in peace to Kobe. I don't want to say it's Kobe's fault, but because of Kobe's different mentality, that also shift the perspective of Dwight because it clashed with his mentality of wanting to have fun but also win. And Dwight didn't even want to be in LA. He said it multiple times. He wanted to go to Brooklyn and beat Kobe. He was upset that he went to LA because he just lost to LA. That was the whole thing. So he's finally vindicated. He's a Hall of Famer. He's a champion. He's an 8-time All-Star. He was a multiple-time top 5 MVP candidate. So big shout out to those two guys, bro. They deserve it more than anybody right now that's on that ballot.
Yeah, it was dope to see that Dwight, like seeing the notification. I'm like, wow, this is perfect timing because we just talked about Dwight last week.
Yeah.
And the Melo shit is cool because like I just realized I was like, yo, I remember when we first started this pod, we was probably like the 6th or 7th episode when Melo announced his retirement, and now he's getting the Hall of Fame nod. It hasn't even been the full 5 years.
Yeah, they kind of stretched the rules for him, I guess, because the ballots are terrible.
Yeah, they was like, come on now.
It's been 3 years.
It's been like 3 years. Actually, no, it's been.
It has been 3 years.
Then he retired 23.
The Russ year on the Lakers, was he on that 23 team that made the conference finals? I don't think so.
No.
So 22 is his last
22 was his last year, but I remember him like announcing it
in the middle of 23.
in 23.
Yes.
It was like May of 23.
Yeah.
So like he was probably still like active and nobody signed him, but I remember in like May of 2023, that's when like he officially announced his retirement. So if we just go off that, it's been like 2 years. So it's kind of crazy. They said, fuck it, we gonna bend the rules for Melo, but I'm okay with it because it's better they do it now. And it's a little bittersweet because it's like I love that he receives that acknowledgement and he is well deserved. He has all the accolades all the accolades he needs, and he has a respectable resume. But then at the same time, it sucks because you got all these people on Twitter, when they see this, they're like, man, that motherfucker ain't no Hall of Famer. Or people be like, oh, they just letting anybody get in now. Especially with these two guys. Like, I feel like these two, Carmelo and Dwight Howard, are like the two that people disrespect the most. But people don't really understand how good these guys were in their peak. So it kind of sucks to see that side of it. But I'm happy because there was never a doubt in my mind that Carmelo wasn't a Hall of Famer. And I hate that people on Twitter be like, man, if this was the NFL or MLB Hall of Fame, Carmelo wouldn't be a Hall of Famer. I'm like, nah, bro.
Their first ballot.
They would have made it, bro. Carmelo's a 10-time fucking All-Star. Mm-hmm. And a lot of those times, he was an All-Star starter. And I know people are like, oh, woohoo, All-Star starter. But you know how many times we get up here and we fucking complain about, oh, he's an All-Star starter and he's not? That motherfucker made it legitimate times. Maybe only like one time where he was an injury replacement.
Look who's competing with. In the West, it was Kevin Durant. Yeah. And the East is Bron.
Yeah.
And he was still making it.
So that should tell you by itself. I think he's is he still top 10 in scoring, or is he like top 12?
I'm pretty sure he's top 10. He has 28 and change.
Yeah, top 10 in scoring. I really, really wish he would have got to 30K.
He was going to get 30.
I really wish he got to 30K, bro. I wanted that so bad. But his resume is good, bro. And we talking about the Basketball Hall of Fame, not the NBA Hall of Fame. A motherfucker who won a national championship at Syracuse as a freshman. One of the best one-and-done seasons of all time, in my opinion. Because he was a fucking dog that whole year. For Dwight Howard, we talked about it last week. probably one of the most dominant centers in that era. Not the most
The number
dominant center
one.
in that era. And like you said, beating Bron before the finals, that was a big accomplishment because that was the year the Cavs won 66 games. We saw LeBron's first MVP. He was on top of the world. Nobody expected Orlando to beat the Cavs that year. And they did. In large part was Dwight Howard. He was playing out of his mind. And I remember those early 2010s, late 2000s years. Dwight Howard was a fucking monster, yo. He was a fucking... I remember him going to the Lakers in the summer of 2012, and I'm like, yo, this is about to be crazy. Like, Heat Lakers finals.
Should have been a lock.
Telling people 2K13, if you use the Lakers, you a bitch. Like, it
was more broken than the Thunder and the Heat.
Yeah, it was crazy. But it was a good era with those two when they was in the league, and I'm happy that they're getting their flowers now, man.
And I like that you comment on the other Hall of Fames because I'm sorry. You know more about the NFL one. Obviously, I'm more versed in the MLB one. The MLB one, their first ballots, at worst, second ballots by their resumes. You just said Melo, 10-time All-Star. Dwight Howard, 8-time All-Star. 3-time DPOY. Melo's one of the best scorers of all time. Dwight Howard, obviously one of the best defenders of all time, one of the best rebounders of all time. Melo has all these extra accolades too outside the NBA. Like, also as well, like longevity. They were elite for a decent amount of time, not just 4 or 5 years. They were elite for 7+ years each.
3-time gold medalist, by the way. I forgot to say that about Melo.
They were elite for more than 7+ years each. So it's like, you want to talk about the Hall of Fame being easy? We agree. We went through the whole fucking Hall of Fame in the offseason and said, you need to get the fuck out. You need to get the fuck out. You need to get the fuck out. Weak ass Hall of Fame, because at the end of the day, when I say these names, by the way, it's no disrespect, but like, I'm saying with their resume right now, because their resume is going to get better by the time they retire. These guys are young. Like, Devin Booker's not even 30. He retires today and he's going to go to the Hall of Fame. Great talent and all this shit. His accolades do not scream Hall of Fame and a real life Hall of Fame. Donovan Mitchell retires today. He's making the Basketball Hall of Fame. Again, no disrespect to him. It's just that it does not take much to make the Hall of Fame. So to say that Melo and Dwight, who have all these accolades after, a decade plus of playing incredible basketball, don't deserve it, and that in a stricter environment like the MLB or NFL, they wouldn't make it, ridiculous. I'll tell you firsthand from someone that watches baseball, they would be locks first or second time. At worst, they're going to make it in their second attempt. That's just stupid to me, to anyone who says that shit, to be honest with you. If you want to talk about Vince Carter, yeah, Vince Carter was waiting his turn. He might not even make it, to be honest with you. But when you're talking Melo, you're talking Dwight, shit, you're even talking like a LaMarcus Aldridge. He might even wait like 4 or 5 years, but he's going to make it, you feel me, in a stricter Hall of Fame. But come on, you're going to tell me these guys don't deserve it because, in a harder Hall of Fame, they wouldn't make it. Yes, they would, by far. By far, if you transition their stats and put it to the equivalent of a different sport, yes, they're going to make it. So big shout out to them. I'm not even paying attention to the hate that people are giving them, to be honest with you. And to be honest with you, the love is louder than the hate. So that's one thing that I'm really happy about. The respect is much louder on social media than the disrespect, which shocked me, to be honest with you. There is still that corner of disrespect, like you said, but I've been seeing a lot of love. So big respect to them, bro. Big shout out to those two guys. Two guys who really are a big part of my childhood when it comes to basketball. Now, Justin, it's time to move on to less extravagant parts of basketball in the past week. Speaking of, hate, speaking of our childhood, speaking of, icons of, the past, how did you feel about T-Max? And, I'm going to be, vulgar. Really stupid comment about LeBron and one-on-one and him not being able to beat a majority of people in a one-on-one setting.
I think that was kind of crazy, yo. I think I don't understand this narrative of like LeBron's, like, I guess their thing is like LeBron's a great all around 5v5 player, but when it comes to one-on-one, he ain't fucking with a lot of people. And didn't he say that Kyrie would beat LeBron one-on-one?
I mean, to be honest with you, I don't even have a problem with that one. I would still take LeBron. I will find the whole quote for you. I would still take LeBron, but I don't have a problem with that one. But he's saying a lot of people would be LeBron.
Yeah, a lot of people. It's crazy. Like, Did he name like way more people?
Let's see.
Like if you want to say Kobe, Mike, fuck it, sure. But once you start saying like Jordan Poole would beat Bron 1-on-1, then I'm like,
Jamal
all right.
Crawford.
Jamal Crawford, like, all right, bro. That's when I'm like, that's when I'll be like, nah. Because people act like Bron don't got like, people act like Bron don't have a bag.
He said James Harden would be one of them.
I would take Bron.
I'm taking LeBron.
I'm still taking Bron.
So he named dropped Kobe, Kyrie, and Harden.
I would take Bron over Kyrie. I'm sorry.
I'm taking Bron over two of those guys, and the Kobe one's gonna be closer than people realize. And not to cut you off, but I'm just gonna drop in one quick tidbit because I just saw this tweet on Twitter like that I really think is, you know, a really good point. Bron's longevity is a big major part of his legacy. In a weird way, like for a conversation like this, it kind of hurts it too. And it sounds weird, but I need like you and everyone else to stay with me. What we're used to, obviously, is, you know, what's relative to us now, what we see Bron as now, which is still elite. But it's been so long since 2009. It's been so long since 2013, 2016, 2018 even. And I feel like people just forget what the fuck 2009 LeBron looked like on a nightly basis, 2013, 15, 18, even 20. Because we're watching him now. And him now is elite. Him now is still one of the best basketball players on the planet of all time, even.
Yeah.
But T-Mac, 13 LeBron is washing you in 03.
Yeah.
In a one-on-one. What are we doing? 13 LeBron, you'd be hard-pressed to find who's beating him one-on-one because he has the athleticism. He still has that peak athleticism. He's a little bit less athletic than 09 Bron. 09 Bron, peak athleticism. That's the best defensive version. The strongest version of him as well. He was like 270. Built like fucking Brock Lesnar, basically. A black Brock Lesnar. Like, he shot 40% from three. That was the summer after he went to train with Hakeem in the post. This is, to me, like I always talk to you. I know a lot of people obsess over 18 Bron. That's cool, you know. He's a little bit better of a playmaker than 13 and shit like that. A little bit better of a shooter, but 13 is always going to be the best, the pinnacle of LeBron to me. You would be hard pressed to find guys his size. Obviously, if you're gonna throw Hakeem, Shaq, whatever, that's different. But wings and even guards his size, like you'd be hard pressed to find anyone all time who's gonna beat him one-on-one. T-Mac, you're washed. 03, where you're averaging 32, 13 Bron is washing you. Kyrie is getting washed by 13 LeBron. Harden 19, washed by 13 LeBron. Quick first step 2 and 13.
Yeah.
Quickest first step of all time, maybe? Actually, no, I'll give it to 09. But still, maybe second quickest first step of all time? Like, come on, bro. It's kind of getting ridiculous at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think a lot of people are beating Bron 1v1. Like, I don't think that's the case. I think it's probably maybe like a handful of guys, honestly. Like at that point, you're talking like Mike, Kobe, and maybe KD. Those are the only guys that I would hear out.
Yeah.
Everybody else, I'm just like, nah. Because I'm like, yeah, Kyrie could do that cool razzle dazzle shit, but LeBron gonna get one off the backboard. Watch, and then Kyrie not getting that shit back.
Mm-hmm.
Trust.
Even just 3 dribbles.
Yeah.
Just straight three dribbles, bro. Straight 3 dribbles.
Yeah. Yeah, bro. I'm sorry. Look, Kyrie's not beating Bron in 1v1. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry.
I'm not hearing that shit out.
Like, nah, I'm sorry.
He has an incredible bag and
unlimited dribbles.
Unlimited is different, but
then he has a better chance.
But let's be serious. Who plays one-on-one unlimited dribbles more than 3?
Nobody.
More often is 3 than unlimited.
Yeah.
So Kyrie's not gonna go.
Or if it is unlimited dribble, what I do notice, like in videos and shit, they'll do like I think like a 7-second shot clock. So you have unlimited, but they count down.
You gotta do it quick.
Yeah, you gotta do it quick.
Or there's even some one-on-ones they start on the post.
Yeah.
There's videos of that too. I remember seeing JB and Brunson, obviously not Jaylen Brown, and Bridges doing it like that when JB had the afro out. He didn't have the braids in. But yeah, and the thing is too, Who cares?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, like, this goes into like my bag rant that I've gone into like the past year, 2 years. Who cares who's the best one-on-one player at the end of the day? Basketball is a 5v5 game.
Yeah.
The NBA championship is a 5v5 game. Do we go and say, oh, who cares if Tom Brady won championships like in an actual football game? Let's see who could throw the furthest. You think anyone says, all right, well, these motherfuckers won the World Series, but let's see who could hit the home runs in 3 minutes. Home run derby is the real deal. Let's see who wins in the home run derby. That's the real shit. Fuck a real playoff setting. Fuck a playoff series. Fuck the World Series. Fuck all that shit. Or even let's see who throws the best fastball. Let's see who could throw 105. The dudes who throw 105 aren't even the best pitchers. Look at Chapman. Bro got no control over his fastball. Oh, let's see who could take the best free kick in soccer. That's the real best soccer players, not the ones who play the full game. It's only basketball that's really obsessed with this one minute little detail of the game where it's like this subsection of the actual 5v5 game itself. Who cares about the 1v1 in the grand scheme of things when it comes to NBA players? Did I give a fuck if Jamal Crawford would be, I don't know, Giannis in a 1v1? Who cares? What does that do for anybody? Giannis is a 2-time MVP, DPOY champion, finals MVP. I don't care if Jamal Crawford beats him to 11, 1v1, 3 dribbles, unlimited dribbles, whatever you want to do. It don't mean shit to me. To me, it's a cope from T-Mac. That's all it sounds like to me.
Is basketball the only sport where it's like, it's kind of like divided with the, like the bag motherfuckers and like the actual like basketball motherfuckers?
Soccer too. But soccer would be like, the biggest one in soccer would be like, there's this guy, the Egyptian dude, Mo Salah. So he has flair and he scores a lot of goals. And you know Neymar, obviously. Neymar doesn't score as much goals as him in his prime. And even a guy like Hazard didn't score as many goals as this dude Salah in his prime. But they had more flair, more skill, more bag, you know, when they were dribbling around people. Better playmaking than him. Like their assists look cooler. But people would say, oh, who cares about Salah's goals? I don't care if he has more goals. The streets, that's what they like to do. And the equivalent, like how Dave explained it to you one time. I don't know if it was on the show or off the show. The equivalent, instead of saying bag talk, they say like, oh, the streets fuck with him. The streets will remember 15 Neymar. That's like people saying, the equivalent be like, the streets remember 01 Iverson and his bag and shit.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the equivalent. It's only soccer that does it, but even at the end of the day, soccer motherfuckers care about the results in the whole game. They don't care about no little 3v3, mini 3v3. No one cares about that shit. You don't evaluate somebody's skill off of a 1v1, a 3v3, a 5v5, 5-a-side game. It's a strict 11-11 that you give a fuck about. But it's only basketball. Someone wants to care about a 1v1. I don't care if T-Mac could beat LeBron.
Yeah.
T-Mac, where's your 4 MVPs? Where's your 4 rings? Where's your fucking accolades? Where's your 40K points? Where's your 30K points? Where's your 25K points? I don't see it.
I feel like this is all a trickle-down effect of the basketball player versus hooper discussion, which I'm kind of tired of because you have like that whole subsection of the hoopers / the Dat Boy Nice section, which is like the Bones Highlands and all that, like that type of area, which is cool. Like they could coexist in the NBA, but like I like that shit when it's like you can contribute to your team to winning. Cause like when I see a motherfucker like Bones Highland, in my head I'm like, damn, if you're complaining about playing with Jokic, you're never gonna find a long-lasting NBA situation. Cause I'm like, if I'm a role player, I would love to play with Jokic.
I would do anything to get on that team.
And it's like, it's the NBA. Majority of the league is role players. Like you're not about to come in and be, this is my shit. I'm AI 01 or fucking 03 Steve Francis off rip. Like it's not like that. You probably the NBA probably had more of that back then, but now it's a different time. And I still kind of hate that it's like a divided thing like that, because you got actual guys like actual basketball players that are real good, and people just dismiss them because he don't have a bag. Like he's alright, but this guy's better because he has a bag. Yeah, that guy, he has a bag and he got all the moves, but motherfuckers, he can't even stay on the team. He can't keep a job. That motherfucker's playing in China. No disrespect, but it's like he has all the talent, but it's just really up here. You not making that sacrifice for the betterment of your team and all that shit. So that's what it comes down to. Like, this is a whole different conversation than the one-on-one thing.
But it's a big part of it.
But it's a big part of it because it's like, yeah, LeBron. And I feel like LeBron is a horrible example to use in this because LeBron is like he's literally both. Because you can't say he's just a basketball player and not say he's a hooper. Because this motherfucker is a hooper too. Like, you can't say he's literally, that's why he's the GOAT basically, because he's the best of both worlds. So you can't put him in a box of one or the other because he has, majority of his game shows you that he is a basketball player, probably the smartest player of all time. But then he has other nights where he's a fucking hooper. He's hitting fadeaways off one leg, turnaround fades against the Wizards and shit. Like, that is hooper shit. But just because he doesn't look cool while doing it like Paul George, it's like we gotta shit on some people, which I think is whack because there's a bunch of players that look cool hooping and they not on shit. So it don't make sense to me. Like, I'm always gonna love a guy like Dennis Rodman who don't got no bag, but he gonna go out there and get you fucking 20 rebounds and play 40 minutes and he gonna do whatever it takes to win the game. Motherfuckers like Ben Wallace, no bag, but he's gonna hold down that paint. And people be like, oh, but he can't right to left crossover spin move. I don't give a fuck. He gonna hold down my paint. Nobody's scoring in there. And if I do my job as a role player and make sure my guy doesn't beat me, or if he does beat me, he gonna be there. Like, those are the guys I respect. Like, they come to work, they know what they gotta do, and they gonna sacrifice, low ego, and they gonna do what it takes to win for the team. All that bag shit, it's cool, but save that shit for the All-Star games, the Seattle Pro-Ams in the summer. You want to do that shit then, that's cool. But in the NBA, bro, nobody cares about that shit when we have 10% of the league being superstars and then another bunch just trying to get a contract and just trying to stay on a team every year.
And you know, I actually like that you said LeBron's kind of a bad example because even a better example that would still be stupid would be Giannis. And even then, terrible example as well. There's still people that say all Giannis could do is run and dunk. Giannis has been one of the best mid-range shooters this season. And people still don't know that because they don't watch the fucking game. They're not watching the fucking game. They still think Giannis just runs into the paint and dunks and pulverizes people and just knocks them down on the way there. But I'm telling you, bro, it's really just basketball where aesthetic to the fans matters more than the results. And, that's why I tell you, like you mentioned Dennis Rodman and all these guys, even on the offensive end, right? Because I know you've mentioned more so dirty work, rebounding, defense, and all that shit. This is why my rebuttal, people will always talk about, oh, bag matters, bag this, bag that. My number one rebuttal will always be, and I've said on the show, I've said on TikTok Lives, I've said it to a bunch of people, it's like in an all-time draft, you're never going to take AI over Shaq. You're never going to take Jamal Crawford over Shaq. Like, you're never going to take any of these skill guys. You're not even going to take Kevin Durant over Shaq. And Kevin Durant is better than both of those guys. Far better than both of those guys. You're not going to take Kevin Durant over Shaq. Shaq's not doing no tween, step back for a fucking three. Why not? Because all he had to do was stand on the fucking basket, get out the fucking way. He's going to dunk on three people. And that's not to say Shaq wasn't skilled at all. That's not what I'm saying. But he wasn't this 3-level scorer that you guys are so obsessed with. He didn't have these disgusting handles. He wasn't this Jokic playmaker. He was an underrated playmaker. That's what people like to forget about his game. He's an underrated playmaker. But he wasn't no Jokic playmaker. He wasn't no 3-level scorer. He didn't have no Kyrie or AI handles. And he was still dominant. He still gave you 29 in the regular season. He still gave you 38 and 19 in the finals. He still gave you 3 of the 10 highest scoring finals performances of all time. But you care about the bag work. But you care about who's a 3-level scorer. But you care about the aesthetic. But you care about who's going to win in this trivial 1-on-1, 2-11, 3 dribbles, which isn't going to amount in no ring, no scoring title, no MVP, no nothing. It's going to do nothing for you. It means nothing. And that's why I kind of like what Kyrie even said on Twitch too. I don't know if you saw it about the one-on-one tournament, why no one's gonna do it. Did you see that?
I think I saw like a little bit of it.
Which was exactly my point when it came out. And people thought, no, the stars are gonna come out. He made a great point, which was the same shit I said. Dudes are scared of being embarrassed, which was the point I made. And then he brought up some other shit. They do one-on-ones behind closed doors, which makes sense. And to them, it's sacred. I didn't really even know about, like, it's super sacred to them and shit like that. They don't want to be recorded doing one-on-ones. Like, that's their own personal shit. And that's why the stars aren't going to come out and do it. That's why I told you, like, Peyton Pritchard will show up to do it. Bones will show up to do it. You know, guys like that will show up to do it. Don't expect Shea, Kyrie, you know, even Jamal Murray to pull up to do this shit. Don't expect them to pull up to do this 8-man tournament because it's not going to happen. Don't expect Kevin Durant and Ant to pull up to do this. It's never going to happen.
Yeah, and then they're going to complain on Twitter.
Yeah.
Like, I'm cool with watching Peyton Pritchard versus fucking Ty Jerome 1v1.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm not.
I would watch it.
I'm not.
But to the people on Twitter, I was like, yeah, we need a 1v1 tournament. I'm just telling y'all now. Don't expect Kevin Durant to show up. Don't expect Shea to show up.
Don't expect Kyrie.
Don't expect Kyrie to show up. Maybe Kyrie for 1 year, but that's it. I'm like, you better get used to seeing guys like maybe Cam Whitmore, maybe Davion Mitchell.
Yo, hold on.
Maybe Grady Dick. Like
Terry Rozier, when he was on the Hornets, kind of would have been hard, and he probably would have been the headliner a couple years back.
He would have been the headline.
He literally would have been the headliner years back, which is kind of sad.
He would have been the headline. Yeah.
You're not even gonna get Kobe White, bro.
Yeah, you won't get Kobe White.
And Kobe White, and that's not even an insult to him, but it's like Kobe White's borderline all-star, and he might be an all-star next year, maybe be a snub next year, and he's not gonna do that shit. And he would be exciting to watch. You're not gonna get him.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. You're not gonna get no Trae Young. You're not getting Brunson. You're not getting Tatum. You're not getting any of these dudes. So it's like, I don't know. You're not even getting Anthony Simons. Just being real. You're not getting Franz. So I don't know what people are pining so much for that 1v1 tournament, the All-Star game. Like, it's never going to happen. Which we strayed so far from the original topic. T-Mac, who gives a fuck about who's going to win a one-on-one against LeBron James? Anyways, LeBron would win anyways. Whichever version you want to pick. We could play a game on which one. We could see how much LeBron would beat you by whichever version you want to pick. 09 is going to be dunking on you. 13 is going to be backing you down. 18 is going to be shooting over you. Doesn't fucking matter. These recent versions from 18 to now are just going to be shooting over you. Like, you could just pick and you're going to lose every single time.
Yeah.
I'm just being honest. Shout out to T-Mac though. I mean, I like T-Mac, but when he says dumb shit like this, like, I'm like over it.
Yeah, I didn't fuck with that.
It was lame as hell, bro.
Yeah. What's more impressive is like, even though LeBron washed him in this, but what would be more impressive to me is both of y'all go into a film room and just break shit down and how to exploit something. Like, imagine asking Bones Highland, like sitting in film, like, all right, what did you do wrong and what can you do better next game?
If he even admits to that.
Yeah, he's like, what type of coverage is this defense playing? Is this other team playing in? He'll be like, shit.
I don't know. I'm just trying to get to my spot. That's all he's gonna answer you to, which is kind of why, like, this new media shit, being that athletes. I mean, even when they started doing that shit, it was kind of like a question mark to me. And I know people like to jump out and say, yes, this is what we need. We need, these athletes with these podcasts and shit. I mean, not all of them are gonna be as good, and not all of them are gonna be good voices, which kind of transitions into Draymond Green campaigning for a second DPOY. And it's sad, bro, because he even admits with Chet and Wemby in the league now, he has no chance. Since Wemby went down, this is his last chance. Since Chet didn't play enough games, this is his last chance. When Wemby went down, Mobley was the favorite.
Yeah, we weren't even considering Draymond.
Draymond was plus like 2,000. Not even trying to be funny. When he first went down. It's not like Draymond's been this otherworldly defender since then. He's been the same, which isn't a bad thing. It's not an insult, but it's like, where is this coming from? Where now Draymond's minus 300 because he's doing a media tour like Marcus. This is literally Marcus Smart all over again. This is Marcus Smart all over again, bro. where just out of nowhere, yeah, we need a guard to win DPOY. Let it be me. And just out of nowhere, he won. And it was also Rudy Gobert fatigue. And like someone else pointed out too, like Gobert's not even in the running for DPOY, like on the ballots.
It's crazy.
Because they're just bored of him winning. They're so bored of him winning, they're not even going to let you vote for him.
It's crazy. I feel so bad because like they saw that Luka shot and it was like, we never giving it to him again. But it's like, and we've talked about it multiple times. I'm like, bro, there's probably like maybe
Draymond was not stopping that.
Yeah, we're like, there's probably only 2 people that maybe would have got to stop there, and we're talking specifically bigs. So it's like
Hakeem.
Yeah.
Wait, and who else? Hakeem and who else did we say?
I think I said maybe Wemby.
Oh yeah, maybe Hakeem. I don't know though. Wemby's a baby.
Yeah,
Hakeem though, 100%.
Yeah, Wemby would have fell for a fucking fake or a hezzy.
Ben Wallace, if you want to count him as a big, I know he's a center, but he's really 6'9".
Hakeem probably would have got to stop there.
Hakeem would have gotten the stop, but it's like bigs, like come on, bro. Even anybody? Not too many people are getting the stop there. Prime Kawhi, Prime Pippen, 88 Jordan, sure, 13 Bron, but who else?
Anthony Davis is getting FaceTimed. And
Anthony Davis, look how Anthony Davis gets FaceTimed by Jokic.
By Jamal Murray.
No, by Jokic, half a second left. And that shit goes in. Like, you don't think Luka's doing that shit to have an actual set shot to put in, bro? Like, come on, bro. But nah, yeah, like, I don't like this Draymond shit, bro. He does not deserve DPOY. He doesn't deserve it over Mobley. Doesn't deserve it over Dyson Daniels. Doesn't even deserve it over Lou Dort. And he doesn't even I don't even like this guy. He doesn't deserve it over Triple J. Draymond should be in 5th place.
Yeah, this was going to be my thing because it was like the first half of the season, he didn't even like make a strong case for it because it was Wemby all the way, followed by Mobley, Triple J. Then once Wemby went down, Mobley was a favorite. Well, it was between Mobley and Triple J.
And he embarrassed Triple J one-on-one.
Did Draymond get better in the second half of the season? Yeah, the defense got better. Part of that is Jimmy Butler being on the team too. That people don't want to talk about that. But even then, like you said, I was still looking like Mobley was still first to me. Then you had Triple J, Dyson Daniels over him. Lou Dort was definitely over him. So to me, Draymond never even crossed my mind until probably the last week or so. And yeah, he has gotten better, but I don't think he has the sample size that warrants him winning Defensive Player of the Year over Evan Mobley, who's been showing you all year, over Triple J, who's showing you all year, over Dyson Daniels, who's fucking breaking records and doing crazy shit. Like, to brush that off is crazy. Over Lou Dort, who's, when some stars come into town, he's locking them the fuck up, and it's fucking embarrassing. So, I think it's unfair. Like, if this is the way it's gonna go, we in for a bad ride, yo. Like, NBA, tighten the fuck up, because we talking about ratings and shit like that. If you give this motherfucker the award for after having a press run, this league is gonna look fucking soft. Even though people think it's soft already, you letting Draymond walk all over you and do this on top of the fact, and that's not even counting for the Cade most improved bullshit. That's like a whole different thing. But if we have this too, this is only gonna add on to like the bad light on the NBA right now.
Jokic, please just go on a media tour, bro. Please, I'm begging you. I'm begging you so bad. If this is all it takes to win like an award, just go on a media tour. Just be like, I deserve MVP. Just do it. I would do it at this point. If I see Draymond doing this shit and he becomes an instant favorite, if I'm Jokic, I know he doesn't care about the media, doesn't care about MVPs. He wants to win a championship. I'll literally go out there and be like, hey, I think I deserve MVP. I think I'm the best.
If he really wanted to, like, go on a press run, he could dead do it.
And then he'll become the favorite.
And he will get the favorite.
And he deserves it anyways. I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, I have some stats for you too, but I want to focus on the Draymond shit before I even talk about Jokic. Because I do have a quick Jokic rant that I didn't even tell you about. But, man, bro, this needs to go to Mobley or Dyson Daniels. I want Dyson Daniels to win just because of the historic shit he's doing. But obviously, I'm leaning... That's personal, my own personal shit, but obviously I'm leaning more towards Mobley with historical context and who's based on the voters and how they usually vote. It's most likely going to be him. But for it to go to Draymond, like that Marcus Smart one, even to this day, when it happened too, because I'm not even just talking in hindsight, when it happened, I was pissed off. Because I was like, motherfucker, you're not even the best guard defender. You're not better than Drew. I said that in the moment. You're not better than Drew Holiday. You're not. And Drew Holiday he took his lunch in the playoffs. So it was just like, nah, bro. Like, that shit always rubbed me the wrong way, bro. He took Drew Holiday's DPOY. Now Draymond's about to take Mobley's DPOY.
Yeah, and to me, DPOY, it's one of those awards where like that should mean something to me.
They don't really fuck that one up too much. Just Gasol over Bron, Marcus Smart, and I guess Draymond now. But they don't really fuck it up.
Nah, yeah, that award to me is a big deal. Mm-hmm. So, that to me, that award is probably like, would you say it's the second most important award?
Yeah, I would say so. Because you don't get a trophy for All NBA and shit like that, I would say so. Yeah,
yeah, I would probably say that's like the second. Especially, I would say the second, or you could. It's subjective to like whoever.
Nah, I think it's objective, bro. I'm sorry because Sixth Man of the Year, no disrespect, is you're coming off the bench.
To me personally, like in terms of pride, I think Defensive Player would be number 2 for me, and then probably Rookie of the Year would be 3. Either Rookie of the Year or Most Improved. I'll say Rookie of the Year though.
Well, Most Improved's in the fucking gutter right now.
Yeah, it's in
that's
the gutter.
The very worst award.
I'll say Rookie of the Year 3.
Dyson Daniels should take home DPOY and Most Improved. He should take home 2 awards. He should be the first person to win DPOY and Most Improved at the same time. He should be the first one to do it, period. Because I don't think we could name anyone that's done both anyways throughout their career.
In the same year or just
separate?
DPOY.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Because when you think about Most Improved, guys who made a scoring jump. Paul George going from like 10 to 17. Danny Granger going from whatever it was to 20. Oladipo going from 14 to like 22.
23.
You feel me? So it's like this
Jimmy
guy's
Butler going from like 13 to
20 flat. 20.0. Yeah, 20 flat. So it's like that's more so like a scoring jump thing. Yeah, all 4 of those guys we just named coincidentally were all pretty damn good defenders, but not close to DPOY. So no, I don't think there's anyone who's ever been DPOY and MIP in their career.
Yeah.
Oh my God, and that just reminds me when people said during Curry's unanimous. Oh, I mean, Curry did improve a lot. Let's give him Most Improved too. Mentally ill Curry fans, bro. Mentally ill Curry fans, bro.
Nah, like,
that shit made me sick.
Yeah, because I'm thinking of the DPOYs. A lot of them were like big men that either didn't have an offensive game to make that Most Improved jump, or they were big men that were already nice,
like
and they wasn't gonna get a Most Improved because they was already good. Like, which we should go back to, by the way, because like motherfuckers come into the league good, and the next year they might get a slight point per game jump, and now today we awarding them with Most Improved. Like it don't make no sense, because back then it was like, yeah, it's just natural progression. It's like 2K. Like if I draft the number 1 overall pick, he's gonna get better every year because he's the number 1 overall pick. He got the highest potential. Like it don't make sense for him to get Most Improved or be first place for it.
If I'm Cade, bro, I might deadass not even pick up that award. I might just leave it there. Even Ja didn't think he deserved it. Ja gave it to Desmond Bane.
Yeah, he went to Bane's house and gave it to him. That shit was funny.
Yeah, he's not 12. It's yours, 12. That shit was so stupid.
I hated what they did to the awards that year.
Yeah, that was Bane. That was rightfully Bane's. And like this one, it's like, if I'm Cade, I'll be like, I don't even want that shit. Like, look at what Cade said that we're going to talk about very shortly. Like, he wants to be the best player in the world. He doesn't give a fuck about MIP, especially when he came in averaging 20. Year 2, he gets hurt, he comes back. I mean, he's still doing his 20 points per game and shit like that. And even now, it's just natural progression. He's the number 1 pick for a reason. He didn't come out looking like a potential bust.
It's not like he was a fucking bum.
Yeah. He lived up to expectations.
Like if he had like an Anthony Bennett first 2 years and then started doing this, yeah.
If year 1 he averaged 10, year 2 he averaged 10 or 12 and still got hurt, year 3 averaged like 14, then this year he averaged like 24, I might excuse it.
Yeah, I'd be more okay with it.
I'll kind of excuse it. But bro's been averaging 20 every year since he got here. He averaged 20 as a rookie. Why are we giving him MIP? The awards are cooked, bro, honestly. The awards are cooked in every sense. DPOY is cooked because it's about to go with Draymond. MIP is cooked because it's going to a number 1 pick. I'm just saying Rookie of the Year is cooked because the class is heating up a little bit. But class in general is, not that.
I don't think it's nothing wrong with. Have we ever gotten
underwhelming?
Huh?
No, I'm saying the whole class.
It's underwhelming, but
I'm saying recently they're heating up though. Yeah. Zach had a really damn good game. Yes. He dropped that 30 ball, barely
Castle
dribbling the
has
fucking
been
ball.
dogging.
Sarr is playing very well.
Yo, I wrote it down too. Shout out to my guy Bub Carrington, bro. That was one of my guys in my draft notes where I'm like, he is one of my guys. Shout out to him. I'm happy for him. Dogging right now. I know people are going to be like, it's the end of the season. But I don't give a fuck.
It matters.
It matters.
Tibbs, let Tyler Kolek get a 10-10 game, please.
Yeah.
Man, at this point, I'm not saying we have the 3 seed lock, but the most games the Pacers can win is 51 right now, if I'm not mistaken. We can obviously win more than... We're 3.5 games ahead of them, I believe. Give Kolek some serious burn where he could get like a 10-10 game. I'm getting a 10-point double-double.
I feel like the top 3 in the East has been the same for mad long.
It hasn't moved.
It hasn't moved.
It really hasn't moved since like November. That ass. It hasn't moved since November, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, Rookie of the Year is cooked in a sense that it's underwhelming. There's not no crazy race. And there's not no crazy one leader either. That looks like a superstar. And MVP, bro, like Shea's incredible. But it's not even the sense that he's getting the MVP because he's incredible and because it's under a number 1 seed. Again, it's just the case that a lot of people's reasoning is, oh, Jokic already has 3.
That's crazy. Because this is the best Jokic season ever, bro.
It's a couple of people who are already saying, yo, like, let it be someone else's turn. And you know what? I'm about to read some Jokic stats for you, bro, that are insane. I'm literally about to tell you right now, bro.
This is literally the best Jokic season ever, bro. Like, and I fuck with Shea, and this is a great season from Shea. But it's like, damn, bro. So we didn't give it to Luka last year off of the craziness he was doing, and we gave it to Jokic. But Jokic is doing way better this year than last year, and now he not about to get it because he has too much.
Justin, the Celtics last year had the best offensive team rating of all time of 123.2.
Yeah.
What is the Nuggets' offensive rating when Jokic is on the court this year, if you had to guess?
Offensive rating when he's on the court?
On the court only. So the Celtics last year was 123. That's the record all time.
I'll say 120.
128.
Damn.
So when Jokic is on the court, this is the best offensive team of all time by offensive rating. Now, the worst offensive rating team is the 77 Nets. 77 Nets. Mm-hmm. Their offensive rating was 92.2. What do you think the Nuggets' offensive rating is when Jokic is off the court?
So you said 92.2?
92.2 is the worst ever. So when Jokic isn't playing, what is it?
86.
Damn, nigga. All right, let's relax a little bit. 91.8.
Oh.
So the Nuggets are, when Jokic is on the court, the best team ever by offensive rating. When he's off the court, they're the worst offensive team of all time by offensive rating. Mind you, too, that's the advanced stats. If you're somebody who cares about just the traditional stats to say, I don't really care about that advanced shit. He's averaging 29.8 points. Let's just round up. He's averaging a 30-point triple-double efficiently. So he's doing what Westbrook did, but efficiently and as a big man. What else does the man have to do? And he's not losing either. He's a top 3 seed still. I mean, if you're like only reasoning is seriously just, oh, hey, like somebody else's turn. Let's give this. Like, that's the one thing I hate stupid, the most. I hate that shit so fucking much, bro. And to be honest with you, that's why I kind of hate that Giannis is even in the conversation. I understand the Bucks aren't winning like that, but even when the Bucks were winning like 2-3 years ago, the conversation when it was just Jokic and Embiid, it was just like, oh, well, Giannis already has this too. He's never going to win ever again now because look at the numbers he's putting up.
Yeah.
He's cooking right. He just had a 30, 17, and 20 game.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I know Jokic had the 61-point triple-double. Curry just scored 50. But it's like, nobody cares.
Yeah.
Nobody cares because it's like, oh, he had his turn already. And the same thing happened to LeBron. Oh, he had his turn. He had his 4. He had his turn. You know, it's Durant's turn.
He's basically exposing the whole shit because it's like, Giannis only has 2. And he's probably never going to win one again. Because I think I said it after last season, because I picked Giannis last year preseason to win MVP, and he was what? Was he even in the top 5?
Shea was
2.
Luka
Giannis might have been 3.
No, Luka was 3. If I'm not mistaken.
Oh yeah, Luka was 3.
Giannis was probably 4.
Giannis was probably 4.
Brunson was 5.
Tatum was 6.
Yeah, and then Brunson didn't make All-NBA first team. That shit blew me, bro.
Yeah. But I remember after last year, I'm like, yo, I don't think Giannis is winning another MVP ever again.
He's not.
And then
his numbers this year better than last year.
And I thought after this past season, I'm like, I don't think Jokic is gonna win one ever again. But now
He's still not gonna win.
Yeah, he's most likely not gonna win, which is crazy because his numbers this year. If he won, I wouldn't be like, Shea got robbed. I'm like, nah, Jokic just turned the fuck up.
I think Jokic is getting robbed, to be honest with you. I think Shea's having a great season, but I think Jokic is getting robbed.
Yeah, Shea's having if Jokic didn't exist, Shea would be like the runaway with Giannis like right behind him probably. But with Jokic in the league and doing what he's doing, nah, bro.
Can I ask you something?
Can't ignore it.
If this Jokic was going against 19 Harden, you think the race would be closer or the same as against like Jokic and SGA?
If it was against 19 Harden,
yeah.
And this is with Jokic never winning one, or he has.
He's just the same stipulation right now. So he has his 3, and he's going against 19 Harden right now instead of Shea. And Harden's putting out obviously the same numbers, 36 and whatever.
I feel like it would be the same, low-key. Like,
because in my opinion,
I feel like motherfuckers might lean hard.
In my opinion, bro, to be honest with you, I know people are gonna really factor in the winning, even though the whole general team of the Thunder is really fucking good. Part of that is Shea, obviously, but in my opinion, bro, the only way I would say someone deserves this MVP over Jokic is if someone averaged close to fucking 40. Seriously. Like, I might, and you know what's crazy? I might consider 88 Jordan over this Jokic for MVP. And that would be a close race. I would have to debate it, literally. 37 and DPOY, like level defense, I would still debate it. And Shea's not that. That's why I think Jokic is getting robbed. To me, it's not close as individual players. It's not close. It's not close at all, honestly, to me. Jokic looks like the best fucking player of all time. Obviously, he's not. But right now, as I just showed you statistically, when he's on the floor, this is the best offensive team of all time. When he's off, it's the worst offensive team of all time, by far. So he looks like the best offensive player of all time when he's playing the fucking game. That's why it's not close to me. Shea's having a great season, but not to downplay it, but this is just another phenomenal season. Jokic is shit. We're not going to see it again by anyone that's not Jokic. We'll see someone throw up 33 points per game efficiently. I'm sorry to say, like, I'm really not trying to downplay, but we'll see someone else score 33 and do it efficiently. We'll see someone score 35. We'll see someone score 37. We didn't think someone was going to average 36 like Kobe did. Harden did it. Took 13 years, but he did it. We'll see someone get close to fucking 40 one day. We'll see someone average 38, I think. I truly believe it. Very soon. Who? I don't know. But at the end of the day, like, that is more likely than seeing what Jokic is doing. Eye test, basic traditional stats, and advanced stats. I don't think we're seeing this shit again this specific season. We're not going to see it. I think he's getting robbed in broad daylight, bro. It's sad. He's getting screwed over by fucking Westbrook, who's playing like you know who from fucking Germany. I'm just being honest. Am I wrong?
Nah.
Like, come on, bro.
Nick Wright fucking cooked them the other day, too.
Shea or Westbrook?
Westbrook.
Nah, that meme I threw in the group chat was funny. With that reference here.
Yeah, Nick Wright was like...
Let Westbrook be Westbrook. No, you can't do that.
What did he say? Nick Wright was like, he hasn't contributed to winning basketball in nearly a decade.
More than that.
Yeah.
Westbrook hasn't contributed to winning ball. I mean, no, yeah, he's right. A decade. 2016. Yeah, 2016. But even then, KD was the number one.
Damn, what was I gonna say? I feel like this goes back to what we said last year, that this narrative of the MVP keeps on changing. Because some years it's best player on best team, other years it's like career, like we haven't seen this in so long type of shit. And it's just the narrative keeps on changing for the criteria of MVP. Sometimes it's more media driven, and I don't know what it is. But it's like the more and more we go out through these years, I'm like, I feel like the MVP should always be the motherfucker. Like, if I took him off his team, what's going to happen? And with the Nuggets, if I take Jokic off that team, they're going to be garbage. You take Shea off the Thunder, I mean, obviously they're not going to be no number one seed.
They're not going to even win 50, but they're going to be good. They're going to be competent.
Yeah, they'll be competent.
I think it'd be a play-in team at least.
Yeah, they might be a playing team, but the Nuggets without Jokic is crazy. It's like you have to factor in everything. You can't just be like, oh well, Shea's averaging 32, leading the league in scoring, best record in the NBA. Because I don't know, you have to factor in everything.
He just dropped 22 points, I think, last night with one free throw.
Yeah. And it was, I did see a tweet on Twitter when Jokic had that 60 ball. It's like, Jokic had 60, 10, and 10. Nobody's going to talk about it. But they're like, if it was Curry, First Take would stop whatever segment is going on and they would talk about it for 10 minutes.
They cared more about the Curry shit, the 50 ball.
Yeah.
I got into a heated argument with Bryce. Bryce was literally told me on the phone because D had to add me because D was cutting the promo. I had to cut the promo on Bryce, which is Dequan's little brother. He was a Curry Glazer, and which is not me insulting. He literally said, I am a Curry Glazer. He literally said that on the phone. I'm not fucking playing around. He said, maybe I am a Curry Glazer. And I was like, oh, come on, bro. Don't say that out loud. But he said Curry contributes to winning and makes his teammate. He's better. He said, Curry's better at making his teammates better than Jokic.
No.
And then he said, oh, so why Jokic lose after putting up 61? I said, he's playing with fucking Westbrook. Who's got a walnut for a brain?
Yeah. I remember D told me that. I'm like, then what the fuck happened in 2021?
You know what? You know what I said in the promo to? I said, Bryce, you know who Gary Harris is? He was like, no. I was like, you know who he averaged with Jokic? He was like, oh, what? I was like, 17. I said, you know what team he plays for? He's like, no. So he plays for the Magic. I was like, you know who he averages down there? He's like, no. I was like, exactly. And he's like, all right, maybe you got points. You know who Monte Morris is? He said, no. I was like, he was the best backup point guard in the league with Jokic. Best assist to turnover ratio. Got him paid. He left, got paid. No one talked about him again. Why do you think that is?
Yeah.
I said, people come with him, they play the best basketball. I said, KCP too, he left. Now look what's going on with him.
He's having great years. Now he's having his probably worst years. So.
Yeah. I said, KCP, Bruce Brown, Gary Harris, and Monte Morris. I named all four of them. And that's when he said, all right, maybe you got a point. I was like, and look what happened to Curry. Curry was a fucking 10 seed, got Jimmy Butler, and now they clicking.
Jeremy Grant was a fucking hot commodity.
Oh, yeah.
And we don't even talk about him now.
It was Jeremy Grant doing Westbrook. Not too much, to be honest with you. Shout out to Jokic, man. He's my MVP. Motherfucker should be winning his 5th one right now. And I love Bron. Bron deserves more than 4. He should be 5, maybe 6-time MVP. But Jokic should be winning his 5th right now. And I hate to admit that he should have more than Bron right now. But this should be number 5.
Yeah. Jokic should have 5.
They might blackball him and keep him at 3. Maybe they don't want him to even tie LeBron. I know they definitely don't want him to pass him, but maybe they don't even want him to tie him.
It's disgusting, bro. Like, they're literally controlling the narrative with this shit.
The Embiid one was so nasty. I think this one might be nastier than the Embiid one. Because at least the Embiid one was like, first center to average 30 and lead the league in scoring since Moses Malone. Only because Shaq averaged 29.9 in one season.
I think the Embiid one is more nasty. Because he kind of cried for it. At least Shea's not saying anything. He just going out there and hooping.
I guess.
And he's the number 1 seed, so the Sixers were...
I think they're the 2 seed.
What year was that? 2023?
I think they're the 2 seed.
I don't remember what seed they was.
2. I'm pretty sure they're the 2 seed.
Because was that the year they lost to
Celtics
and Tatum had the 50 ball?
I mean, it's a hard question to answer, Justin. These niggas lose to the Celtics every year.
They might have been like the 3 seed, I think.
Maybe. I think they're the 2 seed. I'll check for you. I'm pretty sure they're the 2 seed.
2023. Actually, you might be right, because I think 2023 Celtics might have been 1.
No, the Heat were number 1. He won 53 games.
2022, the Heat were 1.
Yes. Bucks were number 1, 23.
23. Oh, yes. Bucks were 1. Yeah.
And 23.
Yeah. Celtics, I think, might have been 2. And then I think maybe the Sixers might have been 3.
Damn, how the fuck do you have to spell Sixers in Basketball Reference? I really got to put Embiid. I wrote the word Sixers, S-I-X, and it didn't come up.
Oh, you might have to put Phil. You might have to put the 7-6-ER.
Yeah, you do. You do. You're actually right, though. You actually do. 23. Yeah, they were 3rd. 54 wins, Celtics 57, Bucks 58. They were 3 wins behind. And then Jokic had 53 wins. So, and that's another thing too. Embiid had one more win than him. East was pretty fucking nice this year. The East was better than the West this year. Oh shit, I forgot. The East was actually better. This is the one year the East was better than the West.
Who was?
We had 4 50-win teams. The West
Oh
had
yeah,
2.
the Knicks were the. Oh no, the Cavs were the 4 seed that year, right?
Yeah, and we were the 5
Knicks were
seed.
5. Yeah.
We beat them and then we lost to the
Who
Heat.
was the 6 seed that year?
In the
In
East,
the East.
the Nets.
Oh yeah, that was Bridges.
Post KD Bridges trade.
Yeah, that's when the Sixers.
They got fried by the Sixers.
Yeah, I remember that. And I think the Hawks were the 7th seed.
Yeah, but playing shit. They should have been the 8th seed because of playing. They went to 7.
Oh yeah, that's
Heat went to the 8.
Trae Young had that crazy ass game against the Heat, and then it was Heat.
Heat were the 8th seed, but they should have been 7 according to wins.
Yeah.
Damn, this is the one year ever the East was better than the West. The West had 2 50-win teams. Man, this is crazy. I forgot about this shit. I forgot that's how the standings were. I think the Shea one's gonna piss me off more though, to be honest with you. Because this version of Jokic is better than that one. Far better.
Yeah.
Far, far, far better, man. It's a travesty. I'm sorry, Jokic. I'm trying, bro. I'm going to contact the league office. I'm going to say, yo, give this man his rightfully due MVP. Justin, how you feel about a future MVP though in Cade Cunningham? You say he could be the best player in the league one day. I already think he's top 5. I think he should be all NBA first team. I saw Curry just in the new MVP ladder, he finished 5th so far. Should be Cade's spot, but I digress. Do you buy his own hype though? I know I do. I think he's gonna win one MVP. He's gonna be an MVP one day to me.
That he could be the best player in the league.
Absolutely, I'm buying that shit. He's gonna be an MVP.
I mean, you could be an MVP and you could be the best.
He's gonna do both.
You could be the best player in the league for a year.
He's gonna do both.
Do you think he could be the best player in the league for consecutive years?
No,
that's the thing. Like when I hear,
he could be a Harden.
Yeah, because I think he could definitely be like a. I think at his absolute peak, he could be like a top 5 to 7 guy in the league. Multiple All NBA first team type of guy. Multiple top 5, maybe even top 3 MVP finishes.
It should be his first top 5. It should be.
I think he could be that type of guy. But definitive best player in the league, like number 1 consecutive years, that's a different discussion. I don't think he could reach that. But yeah, I think at his peak he could be like a top 5 to 7 NBA player and a top like MVP finisher in consecutive seasons.
I'm gonna tell you right now, this Bron, Curry, KD shit, that's gonna be.
It's almost done.
No, but it's gonna be Cade, Wemby, and Flag. That's my prediction.
Think so?
That's gonna be the replacement. Who else can take that spot? Tatum's kind
I
of
didn't think you was gonna say Flag.
Tatum's like in a weird spot, a little bit older than those guys. You feel me? Like who else can really fit that spot, fit that mold?
Paolo.
I think Paolo's gonna be one of those guys I think Paolo's gonna be like Tatum. He's always gonna kind of be in the conversation, but never really be the best. And I actually like Paolo in comparison to Tatum. But I don't think Paolo will ever be top 3 in the league. Maybe for 1 year, but not consistently.
Yeah, I never thought he could be top 3 either. But I think he could.
He's going to be a top 5, top 7 guy for the rest of his career.
Yeah, I think he could be top 5, top 7.
But these guys, this is going to be the top fucking 3. That's going to be Bron, KD, and Steph. In 5 years from now, that's going to be like the 3 pillars of the league.
I didn't think he was going to say Flag.
Why not? Do I want him to lose tonight? Yeah, but I'm not going to deny what he's going to be later. By that point, he's going to be detached from that Blue Devil shit.
Hey, man. Brotherhood for life. Yo.
Hopefully he in DC.
Brotherhood for life, yo.
So, you be jacking Tatum's ring?
Yeah. If he has, I don't jack his ring.
So Tatum sweeps us, you gonna be happy for him?
Nah, I would be upset.
Why not? That's the brotherhood.
If he has a good finals and he balls out, I'll be happy for him.
So, if this incredible prospect, once in a lifetime prospect, plays for North Carolina, right? Beats Duke in March Madness and then comes to the Knicks and wins us a championship.
Wow.
And wins us a championship. You're gonna be tight?
Nah, I won't be tight. I'll be like,
like, come on, bro.
I'll be like,
the blue and orange comes first, and I ain't talking City Field. That comes first, bro.
fuck City Field.
Like, come on.
Y'all got good pizza though.
Like, come on, bro. You been to the Garden numerous times. You ain't been to Durham yet. Come on. I'm surprised you didn't go to the Duke game, by the way.
I was planning on it.
I was surprised.
What, against Illinois?
In Newark.
Oh, nah. Those tickets were bread.
I know, but I was surprised you didn't even say nothing in the chat, to be honest with you. I know we kind of go on
Who
topic.
the fuck was going to go see Duke with me?
Yourself? Your wife? I don't know.
She wasn't going to see that shit.
I don't know. Your brother?
I wasn't going to spend $500 just to be by myself.
Your brother? Your pops? I don't know. Hey, man, I went to the Yankee game by myself one time. That shit was heat.
I was thinking about buying tickets to go see them play against Illinois. But,
And that was here?
it was in MSG.
Oh, shit.
That was back in like February. But I was like, nah. And good thing I didn't, because they beat Illinois by like fucking 40. It was the worst loss in school history for Illinois.
But did he play? Did Flag play?
Hell yeah.
So what was the problem?
I think Spencer Hubbard hit a fucking step back 3 in that game.
So, but like, why would you say you happy you didn't go? You would have seen a blowout and you still see
I
Flags.
guess you get to see your favorite team blow out the other team, like, which is cool, I guess. But I'm like, damn, I would have wanted to see like a close game.
I'd rather see
Like if I had seen that Arizona game live, where Flag had like 37-6, and it went down. I mean, final score was a 7-point game, but we was up like 18. That would have been a fun game. Caleb Love going the fuck off. That would have been fun to see.
Jason's nephew, right?
No.
They not related?
What do you call Jordan Love? Because you called him.
They're brothers, yeah.
Okay.
That's Jordan's brother.
And then Caleb Love, whatever.
That's the nephew.
Whatever.
They have a sister that birthed him.
I don't jack every Duke guy though.
Random Jason Love name drop.
Yeah, that was random.
Shout out to him. No shout out to Adam 22 though. Fuck that nigga.
Do you have any favorite Duke guys?
Just Kyrie. Literally just Kyrie. Yeah, just Kyrie. I had to think about it. Just Kyrie, nobody else. RJ, I mean, but he's gone now, and he's cool. Zion's a fat fuck addicted to BBLs, you know? So it's like, ain't nothing much really going on with him, but just Kyrie, bro. I guess I could pose a question to you now, because my brother he actually asked me this morning. Like, because he was asking me about if I was going to watch the games tonight. I was like, yeah. He's like, who do I got? He said he got Houston and Auburn in the finals. I said I got Auburn and Duke. But I asked him, I was like, yo, like, what you think about Flag? You think there's a better rookie season than Melo? He said, fuck yeah. And he was like, oh, if he wins, like, he's gonna be like one of the 5 best Duke players of all time. I was like, you don't think he'd be a number 1? He's like, nah, you gotta respect. He said you gotta respect JJ. I gotta respect
Christian
Laettner. But there's one name I didn't recognize. Because obviously I don't watch
Jay Williams?
No, I know Jay Williams. Motorcycle accident. Some other dude. I might have to look it up.
It's not Shane Battier.
No, it's not Shane Battier. Maybe it's a little bit more old school. Maybe he's literally just a college legend.
Johnny Dawkins?
No. Keep throwing out names.
Bobby Hurley, Grant Hill.
Bobby Hurley.
Okay.
There we go. Bobby Hurley. I was like, I don't know who the fuck that is.
From Jersey.
When the fuck was that though? What years?
Jersey City, yo.
But what years?
90 to 90, 89 to 93. He was on the Laettner teams.
Did he get to the league?
Yeah. He had a car accident.
Was he nice though in the league? And like that derailed him like Jay Williams or not?
I mean, all right, this is what I'll say. He wouldn't have been no superstar. He would have been cool. But the injuries shut that shit off. I don't think he would have been a superstar though.
I guess.
Jay Williams would have been nice.
All-star at least. I know that.
Shout out Bobby Hurley though. That's Dan Hurley's brother.
For real?
Yeah. That's his brother.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah. He was the point guard for those Laettner teams.
Oh yeah, and I told him, oh yeah, you forgot Grant Hill. He's like, facts. He's like, I don't know if he would be better than Grant Hill. He's like, I don't know if Cooper Flag would be top 5 then, because he's one and done. I was like, but he got Player of the Year.
Also, he's saying like
if he wins the championship,
best Duke player ever. You were saying
I said he wouldn't he be number 1? I said, nah, he'd be top 5 if he wins. Then he started listing off people. He's like, probably not top 5 then.
Bobby Hurley, Christian Laettner,
Grant Hill.
What else did you say?
JJ.
I would take him over JJ, bro.
2-time Player of the Year, leading scorer,
2-time Player of the Year. But it's like
no ring.
The all around shit that Flag is doing, bro. He leads the team in points, rebounds, assists, blocks, steals. I talked about it when D was here. Oh no, I don't remember what episode it was, but National Player of the Year as a freshman.
That was last week.
That was last week. Yeah, only one of 4 people to do that. And bro, if he wins the chip too, JJ never won the chip.
Yeah, never.
So it's like you talking about one of the best freshman seasons of all time, on top of a national championship. Because it's like that's a hard thing right there. Because like you talk about guys like Kevin Durant, Michael Beasley, Zion, like historic freshman years, and those motherfuckers didn't even sniff a Final Four.
Whoa. But you know who did? Anthony Davis, who just came back.
Yeah, shout out to him.
So who had the better freshman season though?
Between Flag and
AD.
And
that's if Flag wins the championship too.
I would give AD the slight edge only because Flag's team is a little bit better. Actually, I'll say a lot better.
A lot better.
Like his surrounding cast is a lot better.
He got some demons.
And AD was doing it where it's like people forget AD now versus AD then. AD with way less of a bag than.
He was not shooting threes.
He wasn't shooting threes.
Even shooting threes like 2018, 2017.
Wasn't even really shooting mid-range like that. He was
more defensive.
He was giving you 14. Like his comp back then, like back then, it was like his floor was Marcus Camby. And his ceiling was like KG. But back, he was giving you like 15 a game with like 5 blocks, by the way.
Yeah.
Like I remember seeing the highlights when I was in 6th grade. And I'm like, damn, this motherfucker's a demon. Just blocking everything and giving you like 11 rebounds a game. I remember the championship game against Kansas. He had like 6 points, but he had like 18 fucking rebounds.
Who's on the other team?
Kansas with Thomas Robinson. And I think Tayshaun Taylor might have been on that team. Shout out to him.
Thomas Robinson is a throwback.
Tayshaun Taylor might have been on that team. I don't remember if Josh Shelby was on that team. But yeah, they beat Kansas in the championship game.
I hope Thomas Robinson's doing all right, though, all jokes aside. But damn. But number 5 pick wasted.
But if Flag wins, I feel like I'll put him in top 5 Duke player ever.
And obviously, undeniably so, top 3 freshman ever.
Because Laettner, that motherfucker goes back to back as the guy. Then Grant Hill, he's probably second. Bobby Hurley was fucking great, but he was probably like the second or third best guy on those championship teams.
That's fine. I mean, who cares about men's basketball anyways? I'm more of a college women's basketball and football. Shout out to my Lady Cocks and shout out to my Gamecocks when it comes to football.
This is their era right now.
Our era.
This is their era right now.
Shout out to all my Lady Cocks out there. Big shout out.
UConn versus
another one for me.
South Carolina final tomorrow.
Another one for me.
This is going to be a good final. Holy shit.
Me and Lenore Sellers, we've been texting each other. We might celebrate together. We might have a party. I ain't gonna lie. I might have to fly down there. No funny shit. So you better hope you guys win too. Or else I'm going to be flexing here by myself a championship.
Yeah, I'm hoping that.
You better hope we both got a championship. Because, if it's just me, I'm going to be talking mad shit.
Yeah.
Gamecocks for life, motherfucker.
Yeah. Shout out to the lady. They say what? Lady Gamecocks or Lady Ox?
I just say Lady Cox,
There was another team that I saw that they have the Gamecock name too. I forgot what team it was.
At college?
Yeah.
Well, we're the real Gamecocks.
Yeah.
Fuck Clemson. What?
They're not Gamecocks though.
That's our rival, though.
Oh,
We beat them this year. Fuck Clemson in football. Bitch ass niggas. Lenore Sellers owns Clemson, bro. And he's going to be your guys' QB in a couple years. And then I'll be a Giants fan again. I'm just waiting. That's all I'm waiting for.
that'd be fire.
I'm just playing the waiting game. By the way, shout out to AD too. Looking much better. And I respect him. I know it made sense to shut him down. And it's just going to be a quick topic. I respect him for coming back because he's playing for pride. He playing to have people respect his name. And obviously, everyone was talking shit about him. I'm still, not for the trade on Dallas's side, but doesn't change how great of a player AD is. His last game was phenomenal. He was absolutely dominant. We'll see how he does in the play-in, though.
Yeah.
I hope he does well. Now, Justin, the two most controversial topics are left. Do you want to talk about Ja, or do you want to talk about the fight first?
Let's talk about Ja.
Ja Morant pulling out the finger guns. Gets a warning. After the warning, pulls out the AK again. $75K fine. And I just think he's just playing with the league, bro. I think he's just teasing them. He's just like, I don't give a fuck. Like, keep fining me. He might just do it again the next game, but Adam Silver, time to stop being a cuck. Stand the fuck up for yourself. Suspend him for one game. Then let's see what happens. He'll probably stop.
Shit.
I'm being dead ass. Stop with the bullshit. I know other people are crying like, oh, but why are they only picking on him? Why won't they do it to Bridges doing this? Why won't they do it to AirPods? Why won't they do it to Buddy Hield?
I saw one with Dalton Connect. They're like, oh, but I didn't say anything about this.
Have y'all seen Buddy Hield with a gun in the strip club on IG Live? Have y'all seen Bridges with a fucking AK just driving around New York City or something? Driving in Mott Haven or something? I'm just being honest. I never seen Bridges with a 9 on him. I never seen Brunson with a fucking pistol driving down West 128th Street and Frederick Douglass Boulevard. Have you seen that? No. I ain't seen that on TikTok. I ain't seen that on IG Live. So yeah, it's different when he does it. So if he keeps doing that, I'll start upping the fines. And at that point, if he doesn't stop, I'll be like, yo, you sitting out a game. Because like I told you when he was going through his shit last time, that therapy shit was nothing but bullshit, bro. It wasn't real. You knew that and I knew that. It was garbage. It was a lie. We all knew it was stupid. Same thing with Draymond, his therapy session. It was all garbage. Same thing with Draymond saying he was about to retire. Are we being serious? You just want sympathy. Josh it wasn't even about sympathy. His whole thing was just about like, I just want to get back on the court. So yeah, suspend him for a game. Not now. Fine him again next time, 150. That fourth time, I'm gonna say, all right, bro, you're not listening. Sit out the next game. Stay home. Sit at home. You can't even sit on the bench. Stay home. You're not playing. And fuck around. If you lose the game that you're not playing, you're down to the 8 seed again. Keep playing around. Which is why I think it's selfish he's even doing this shit, because you're risking suspension at the most important time of the season after the run y'all went on in March. So keep playing around. Not my problem.
This only makes me laugh even more because it's like last episode we was talking about potential coaches and I was talking about Patino. I was like, yo, if they had Patino and Ja was doing this shit, yo, Patino would have cut the craziest promo on him.
Ja's a damn fool, bro.
Patino would have been like, actually, no, I'm not even going to say it. That would have been crazy.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say it. But yeah, Ja, you got to grow up, bro. This motherfucker's 25. Doing that shit. Like, it's cool. I know he did this shit on live twice. But that's kind of the price you have to pay. You got to sacrifice. You might love that celebration. Find a new one. That's the best thing I could say. Because you kind of compromise yourself with that shit. So you can't really do it. Is it going to be unfair when fucking AirPods and Dalton Connect get to do it and you can't? Yeah, but...
Well, you don't just got to name the white guys. I mean, you could say Bridges and shit. So
Bridges
Buddy
too.
Hield.
Yeah, but that's kind of the hole you dug yourself in. So the best thing I would do is just find a new celebration, find something that you could make cool and just run with that. But I'm not even saying like stop doing the gun shit because it's like, oh my God, it's like, because I see those tweets on Twitter. It's like, oh my God, I was watching the Grizzlies game with my son and Ja did that gesture and now I got to talk to my son and explain to him. Thanks a lot, Ja Morant.
Wait, they made a new AI video, by the way.
Yeah, I saw that. That shit was funny. But I'm like, I'm not even saying it on no like, this is bad for the league on no David Stern shit. Like, I'm not saying it on that type of shit. But it's just like, bro, you know what the fuck is going on. Like,
yeah, like you doing it on purpose.
like it's like you know this, bro, and you don't want to fuck up your bag by doing it. And I think it's like the first time, sure, whatever.
It's an accident.
It's an accident. But when these motherfuckers sit you down and they consulted you, and then you went and did it again, that's when it's like, all right, bro. That's when we look at you like, all right, bro. That's when because I put in on the story for the J&J IG, I was like, it's just in his blood. Like the new Dirk album came out, he can't help himself. So I would just look for a new celebration. And like Jordan said, like this is the worst time of the season to be doing that shit, bro.
I still think he pussy for turning off replies on Twitter, by the way, too. After the first time this all happened, and they still off. So
I got into it with somebody on TikTok because the Ja Morant clip about not being the best player on the championship team, and they was like, "Oh, but we see what he could do in the playoffs." Oh,
was that in the finals? I forgot.
Nope.
I don't remember. What finals was this? 23, 22? Who were they playing against? The Celtics, the Heat? I don't remember what finals.
Nah, they was playing against fucking Memphis County.
Moving on. Wow. Moving on. Detroit fought with Minnesota. More fines, more suspensions that happened a couple of days ago. Come on, bro. Remember, by the way, too, a quick story. Remember when we was in the basketball rec league and they called us back to play a game the day that it was raining?
Oh, yeah.
Well, don't laugh at this part because the dude died in the car crash on the other team that was supposed to play. So he was like, yo, can I come back and play? Because we didn't know what happened yet. So we came back to play this extra team. And while these dudes was warming up, it was like these jack dudes. And it was tall as hell. And this one dude literally said, damn, I ain't had this much exercise since I got out of county. And I literally just looked at Justin. And I just looked at the bench. I was like, I think I low-key want to sit this game out. I didn't want to play against these motherfuckers, bro. Man, bro, that shit was bad. Nah, you said Memphis County shit, bro. That shit was bad, bro. I did not want to play against some niggas, bro. I ain't gonna lie. And they beat us. That was the worst part. I really wanted to beat them, and they beat us.
They beat us, yeah.
Oh, well, who gives a fuck? Fuck that league. Fuck Emmer.
Man, give us Kent and let's run that game back, yo.
Give us Fakir.
Yeah.
We just need a big, like an actual big.
Yeah, give us Fakir.
Give us Fakir or give us Kent or
give us
Zaki.
Give us
Zaki, bro.
Nah, Fakir would have been shooting threes and shit.
So would Kent. Let's be real. Yeah. Kent don't stay in the paint. Kent is 6'5". He don't stay in the paint, bro.
Give us Zaki. And let's run that game back.
Zaki will send him back to county. No funny shit. But going back to this Detroit fight, bro, that shit was comedy. I ain't gonna lie. My son Beef Stew getting back into it. And I'm still trying to prove Dequan wrong. He's still trying to say, oh, I'm not scared of Beef Stew. I will never be scared of Beef Stew. He said he's more scared of Metal World Peace. I said, that's fine, but you could still be scared of Beef Stew too.
I mean, Metal World Peace, that's like the all-time motherfucker you should be scared of.
I'm still scared of Beef Stew, bro. I would not want to fight him.
I wish there was some way we could get that motherfucker on the Knicks, yo.
Me too, bro. I would kill for him, bro.
Because, like, he's reached the point, like, I mean, maybe because it hasn't been against our team, but, like, I still like this guy.
Can Precious just start choking people?
I feel like Precious is, like, a peaceful dude. Like, he be walking with lions and shit on his IG. His name is Precious. Like, I don't think he's.
Can we just do a 1-for-1 swap?
Like
maybe
a pacifist.
Pick. Maybe a second-round pick, 1-for-1 swap.
I'd be down. Yo, Beef Stew in New York would be so fire, yo.
That's our oak, bro.
I think I would dead ass cop his jersey, but I don't think I'd put Stewart on the back. I'd put some crazy shit on the back. I don't know what I would
Custom, but his number.
His number, but I'll
MFer, like MFER.
Maybe some shit. I don't know.
Savage.
I don't know. It would have to like I'd have to think of something.
I wish Mitchell Robinson. I like him being goofy. His personality is the goofiest motherfucker in the league. But I wish he was aggressive too. I wish he was a mix of both. I wish he would just on somebody, bro. I wish I would kill for that right now.
I would love to have Beef Stew on the team, bro.
Or if Beef Stew taught Mitchell Robinson.
Yo, imagine we have Beef Stew and PJ still there. Even though PJ not gonna play, but he gonna instigate a lot more shit. And he's
PJ Tucker 5 threes only today.
Yeah, I think we signed him to like a 2-year.
We did. Yo, shout out to B-Hem, bro. Motherfucker said only today. PJ Tucker 5 threes, $100 for $3 million, bro. They didn't even fucking play, bro. He was on the bench. Warm-ups on and everything. Beef Stew, though, and PJ Tucker. How should I have PJ Tucker from the Bucks, bro, right now? That's what I'll kill for.
Nah, yeah.
Throw that motherfucker in the fountain of youth, but only for 2 seconds so we get him from 3 years ago.
I would love to have Beef Stew on the team, bro.
Yo, pick up the phone next, please. Do anything. Throw Kolick, Precious, draft capital. I don't know. Daddy, hey! I know you're a big fan, but hey, I'll give him up.
I wouldn't say I'm a big fan. It's just his name.
His name, I know. And just so we could get Beef Stew, though, I'll do it, though. But yo, that fight, I fucking loved it. That shit was funny as hell to me. And I knew Beef Stew was going to be involved. Once I got the alert, I was like, yep, Beef Stew. I know he involved somehow. He didn't start it, but he was involved. Holland got knocked down. Like, mad motherfuckers got knocked down. Now it's just like, I was rolling. I like the view where the cameraman fell down. It looked like an episode of Raw from 2002. Deadass, like Stone Cold knocked him down, bro. Like a 2002 episode of SmackDown or something. I was like, damn, this is some heat. And the alternate view from the dude in the crowd, I was like, damn, he pulled out his phone at the right time to capture everything. Talking mad shit, bro. I loved it, bro. I love that shit. Shout out to Nas Reed, too, bro. Asbury Park, Jersey. He held that shit down. I didn't know who I wanted to him, but I fucked with it.
Fucking Ron Holland was crying.
We don't got to talk about that. We don't got to do that, bro.
I saw roommates had A Boogie on. And there was like, he was like, damn, when is PJ Tucker going to play? I want to see a fight. I'm like, and he was like, yo, when is he going to play? And then Josh was like, you got to ask fucking Tibbs.
Fuck A Boogie.
Episode's not that bad so far.
I was going to say something way more disrespectful to the general area, but you know what? Just fuck him. Fuck A Boogie. His music is ass, bro. I'm just being honest.
It was a collab I did not expect, so I'm like...
Yeah, that was random as hell. When they posted the pic, I was like, A Boogie?
Yeah, I wasn't expecting it. So I'm like, I'll watch it. It's been pretty good so far, though.
Maybe I'll check it out just for that PJ Tucker part.
That shit was in the beginning, too.
So yeah, I'll just watch it.
But I was like, damn, if we had Beef Stew... Fight every other day.
Fight every other day. I think he'll be the best for playoffs, though.
Yeah.
Melo talked about it too. He said he got to calm down. Like, I get, like, you get your 5,000 shit, maybe 6, but calm down a little bit because he is valuable too. I know a lot of people will joke like, oh, every video, he's not even playing basketball. He's just starting to fight, blah, 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 blah. But he's a good defender, bro. He'll get you some boards and he'll hustle. So I would love to have him on the Knicks. Put him next to Cat too. That Cat just stretch out the floor. That would be some heat. And just alternate who starts, him or Mitch.
I would want him and like one more like crash out guy on the team.
I don't even know who else is really a crash out in the league besides him, Draymond. Who else? Amen. That's the 3 biggest crash outs right now.
Amen?
Nah, see how he threw down Tyler Hero?
Yeah, but
and then dominated him in game 2 and he was hitting him with the pops all game.
Yeah,
and talking shit.
I wouldn't consider him a crash out.
I think he is if you get him to.
Mm-mm.
Oh, but Dylan Brooks. The 4 crash outs, the 4 horsemen of crash outs in the NBA.
Yeah, I mean, Dylan Brooks to me is more so he playing a character more so.
He's a heel.
Yeah. Isaiah Stewart is actually like that type shit. Like Isaiah Stewart, whether you step to him at fucking Walmart or on the fucking court, he might choke you out. depending on what it said.
Royal Honey MVP of the week, bro. Why Walmart?
I don't know.
Why Walmart?
I feel like shit always go down at Walmart.
Why not Costco?
Nah, shit. Don't really. I mean, I don't know. I feel like more shit go down at Walmart, especially in Florida.
Fair enough. Justin, I got 5 names here. A lot of good performances. Unofficially sponsored by Royal Honey, the MVP of the week. Still waiting for the call. I'm going to find their personal email and say, hey, look, we're marketing you guys. We're big fans. I personally love the product. I'm a beneficiary, so big shout out. So yes, unofficially sponsored by Royal Honey. Still waiting for the call back. Still waiting for an email. Justin, number 1 guy on here, the true MVP, Jokic. 27, 14, and 6 with 4 steals. 61, 10, and 10, obviously. That's a big highlight. 33, 12, and 9. The Nuggets was 1 and 2, though. His team is ass. Fucking Westbrook. Curry, 13, 3, and 6. We're going to ignore that. That's fine. 52, 10, 8 with 5 steals. 37, 3, and 6. 36, 2, and 5. They was 4 and 0. Warriors is on fire, obviously. They climb up the standings. Giannis, the distant 3rd place. 30, 9, and 7. 31, 9, and 5. 37, 5, and 11. And then obviously the 35, 17, and 20 game, they was 2 and 2. Damn, some fire games. Denny, big shout out to him. Mr. Onions. Motherfucker loves onions, bro. 33, 7, and 4. 32, 15, and 10. 26, 15, 6, 2, and 2. I don't know why I dropped him in fantasy, bro, so early. I should have given him more fucking hope. And 37, 11, and 5, 2 and 2. Last guy, special guest. Very special guest. Not expected. Aaron Judge, 6 home runs, 11 RBI. Justin, MVP of the week.
This what we doing now?
I mean, hey. I saw them score 20 runs, bro. You missed it. MVP of the week. Obviously, whoever wins this is going to get the golden honey pack. So we got Jokic, Curry, Giannis, Denny. The Judge one, it's not that serious, but if you want to give it to him, I don't blame you neither. Leading the league in home runs and RBI. 321 home runs in 1,000 games, by the way.
I kind of want to give it to Denny.
Wow. Over the 61-point triple-double. Do you have him in fantasy?
No, but I posted on the J&J IG yesterday a tweet from me back in August of 2020. I said Denny Avdia is going to be good. And then the last 5 games, Denny Avdia has been averaging 30.4 points per game, 11.4 rebounds, 5.6 assists per game.
Luka Doncic, I told you from the draft.
Yeah.
Hanukkah Luka.
I was high on this guy back then.
Hanukkah Luka, brother. Yo, Denny, congratulations. I would have gave it to Judge. You're the Royal Honey MVP of the week. Justin, any shout-outs that you have today, bro, before we get out?
Go Duke, Final Four, baby. Shout out the Boozer Twins. They playing in the Chipotle National Chip right now. Shout out Caden for that game winner yesterday. And let's get this dub tonight, yo.
Shout out to the Lady Cocks. Let's get another championship in this bitch. Obviously, shout out to the Yankees. Watched y'all score 20 runs. That was some heat right there. Shout out my boy CM Punk. That was a fire show last night. Emotional shout out. Shout out my dog, Kevin De Bruyne, leaving my favorite soccer team after 10 years. Best motherfucking soccer player in English Premier League history. I'm gonna miss you, my boy. Thank you for everything, bro. Motherfuckers won everything with him. I love you, boy. Justin, get us out of here, bro.
If you're listening on audio, please give us 5 stars. Please like. If you're watching on YouTube, please like, please subscribe. Follow us on TikTok at the J&J Podcast. And we'll see you next week.
And don't be a loser. Peace.